How do you know if a person is ready to be coached?
Everybody's ready to take. That's the wrong question. That's the wrong question. Everybody's ready to be coached. It's just a question of how much, and then in what way.
Because going back to Adele's video,
Mm-hmm.
if you watch Adele, that when you she had her pen and paper ready, she was ready. She was I'm writing these notes down. She was ready because she was ready to do the work. And in my opinion, okay, well, no, this is my truth. I believe a person is ready to be coached or is coachable when they go and take action. If they're making excuses, they're not ready.
No, it's not. It's not that they're not ready. I mean, I think if you're not getting excuses, you haven't pushed hard enough.
Well, if a person doesn't want to do the work and you've given them specific, things that's going to help change their life and move the needle, and they don't want to take action, I think action is the demarcation if a person's coachable or ready to be coached.
No,
You disagree?
well, yes, because I think everybody's ready to be coached and is coachable. The difference is how far can they go.
Okay.
Some people can take giant steps forward. In your view, like if you think about how far you want, as a coach, you always want somebody to accomplish and do more than what they see in themselves.
Okay.
Right? Like every time I see you, I'm like, Zane, I want Zane to be up here. What are we doing? I want Zane to get better. I think Zane should have already got it. Let's go. I'm pumped for Zane 2025 and want it to be 2021, Zane. Like no matter how big, and that's I think a good coach or good mentor, no matter how big you see the future for yourself, your coach sees something bigger.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Because you see things for me, I'm like, what does he get that from? I'm like, what? You want me to do what? When? Now? Can we wait till next week or next month? Like,
So
okay.
so that's always the game, right? That's always if you have a good mentor, a good coach in your life, they see something bigger and brighter than what you see. Otherwise, why are they coaching you? If they don't see as bright a future as you do, why are they in your life? And why are you listening to them? Right? So that's a great coach. So when you see this brightness in somebody, you want them to get there as soon as possible. Right? It's like I want that to happen ASAP. I want Zane speaking next to Eben at his next event, right? I mean, I want massive progress, and that's always going to happen. Now, the step that you want as a coach your student to take is never as big a step as they're willing to take. You want them to have faster progress because you can see the future and you're frustrated and you know the exact steps.
Okay.
But I believe everybody can take forward momentum, and that's what I focus on. Some people can run and take giant leaps and like fly across the sky, and other people can just crawl across the street.
Okay.
Even though for them, what you're judging as a crawl, for them might be a giant leap. Like them just even telling their story to somebody might be a giant leap.
Listen, Martin Luther King had a great quote. And
All
I
right.
love it.
I like MLK, so
He had a great quote.
I like
He
MLK.
says,
It's hard to argue.
And I'm paraphrasing, but I can look it up for you to get the exact word for word, but I'm paraphrasing. He says, whether you crawl,
Yeah.
walk, run, or fly, just do something. Don't stand still.
Yeah.
So again, everything you're describing is a person, whether they're crawling, walking, running, or flying, they're still in motion to do something. But how can you coach a person who does not want to do anything?
You
They
have
don't want
to
to do the work.
No, but like you're judging the work. You're judging what like it just means you missed the mark. Cuz the work is never enough. You always have a bigger vision for what they could do.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna marinate on that for a minute because I already gave you my stance and my position, but every time you speak, you said you have a position. I gotta reconsider that. I have to reconsider that and look at the research and experience and say, okay, does that match up with reality? So right now, I always give you the benefit of my thoughts. I should say it that way, and say, okay, let me see if that lines up. So okay, all right. So okay, so that's something I'll put that in my back pocket.
So
okay,
but hold on. So one, it's you just having more patience for what the next step, like getting the right next step. Like maybe them just telling you their story is already massive progress because they've never told anybody in their life their story. And you're seeing it as, man, this is all they did. Like you're not going to go home and make a video or something, where for them, it's actually a giant step. And then 2 is the approach. The approach really matters, right? Like look at what you like to do, which is tell your framework and methodology and focus and follow these 8 steps, right? Which really works for some people. But then the story you just told about the guy who was super nervous and went on stage to tell a beautiful message for his sister, right, at the wedding.
Yeah.
How did you do that? You gave him an experience. You didn't break it down. You didn't say, here's how it's going to happen. You didn't say, okay, listen, you want to do this. You have to focus. You know what focus means? Follow one course until successful. Go out and just do it, right? Like you created the environment and you gave him an experience. And that's exactly what he needed in the moment. So now you have 2 tools in your tool belt.
And
right?
also to get him out of his head, because he's thinking people are going to judge me. People are going to think
I get it. But it's a different.
I engage the people and say, look, they're your friends. They like you. They want you.
Okay, but hold on. The end result is you want him to get off and not feel judged and get off and do the speech.
Right.
The way you approach it could be totally different, though. You could have given him, if you don't want him to feel judged, you have a framework for that. You have a laminated piece of paper that talks about how to get over judgment. But in that moment, you chose not to go to the framework and you chose to give him an experience. You used a different tool. And it was the right call. It's not to say that your frameworks are bad. It's knowing who you're dealing with and giving them the best result, because your job as a coach is to get them to move forward. If you gave him your framework for how to be confident, your 3 C's of confidence, he probably still doesn't go up and do the speech. And then you would say, he's not coachable. I mean, I gave him the steps.
There's 3 elements. There's, I don't want to talk about this one, but there's 3 elements. One is therapy. That's the first T. There's 3 T's. The second T is teaching. And then the third T is training. So in that moment, I was able to mentor him and train him on the spot to do what he needed to do. And that's why we got quicker results, because
yes. But Zen, this is because you were a great coach. Because if you used the wrong tool, if you gave him the framework, if you gave him the 3 C's of confidence and said, go do this, he wouldn't have taken notes. He wouldn't take notes. And he wouldn't do the thing. He wouldn't have done whatever the first step was. He wouldn't do it. And in your head, you would have said, this guy is not coachable. He's not taking notes. He doesn't want to be there. Look, I gave him the answer. It's the 3 C's. He didn't do it. He's not coachable. No.
Okay, in this case, the 3 C's would have been, he didn't have the confidence, he didn't have the competence, and he didn't have the coaching to support that. So, but I knew that already, that he didn't have the confidence. He didn't have the confidence, which is the skill set to be able to hold a mic and talk and be, smooth with his delivery. And of course, he didn't have any coaching. So I just said, let me just jump to the end, grab the coaching aspect of it, and give him my confidence and my confidence, and make it happen in that moment.
But
because normally it's a process. It takes time to teach and train so people can change their mindset and their skills and develop the skill set, because confidence is a combination of mindset and skill set. But we don't have that. We don't have the luxury of time. We got to make it happen in a moment, in a few minutes, basically.
But great. Even if you had more time, it was still the right call. The right call was not to break down the 3 C's, because he wouldn't have got it. He wouldn't have got it. He just wouldn't have got it. You use a different tool, and you turn somebody who was not coachable into somebody who got the result and was coachable. You did that. That's what a great coach does.
Okay, so here's the only caveat. I would say he was coachable because he was willing to listen and follow my instructions and do what I asked him to do.
No, but your definition was he has to take action and follow through. If you gave him just the sheet, you told him what to do. If you just told him what to do, here's what you need to do.
Okay.
You need to go on stage. You need to close your eyes. You need to breathe, and you need to envision your sister and whisper a message and talk to the microphone. Less than 50% chance he does it. You gave him the information, but he less than 50% chance he follows through.
On his own because he doesn't have the competence.
Yeah, I got it. But you could tell him what to do.
Support. Hey, listen, man.
Yes.
We're going to do this together. I got you.
You had to switch your coaching style. It's a coaching style to choose to not give him the facts, but to give him an experience.
Okay.
And it was in the experience that you turned somebody who was not coachable into coachable. You did that.
But that's where the interactive coaching came in and the engagement.
Yes. I'm saying the same thing.
The only part, this is the only little part that you're saying that I can't totally buy in on. You say he wasn't coachable. He was coachable.
No. You look at how you started this. You said somebody's coachable. I define as someone who's willing to take action. Willing to take action. He would not have taken action if all you did was give him the information.
Okay. I think I get your point now. I think I get it.
He wouldn't have done it. He wouldn't have done it. He wouldn't have followed through.
I'm going to go with that. Okay, I'll put a timeout on that. We'll put like a little marker there.
Okay,
but I got you on that. I got you on that.
Well, I'm trying to give you a compliment. I mean, you turned somebody who, in your own definition, was not coachable, and you got him a result because you were willing to adjust your style based around what he needed in the moment.
Where he was at that moment. That's what you were saying earlier. Some people, you could just give them the instruction. They're going to make it happen.
Yes.
Yeah. Crawling, walking, running, and flying.
Yeah.
And some people, you got to actually go and say, "Hey, listen, let me hold your hand and help you walk across this."
Yeah.
Because if I don't hold your hand, you're not gonna walk across by yourself.
And some people, all they need is a great song to get them pumped up and have the courage to do it.
Right.
Some people, all they need is a hug. And you're going to dismiss them because you're going to call it therapy, right? I'm like, I just want you to have as many tools as possible.
Yeah, that's smooth. That's good. That's a good one.
It's not just smooth. It's truth. I need you to have the tools to win.
That's a good one. How you took it back to therapy. That's a good one.
Dude, every conversation has been about the same thing.
That's a good one. I got to give you credit on that one. You connected.
You have the tool belt with all 12 notches in. Like, you got the placeholders for the tool to sit in, and you're playing with 2 tools. And there's 12 tools. And I'm just trying to open your eyes to the other ones, because it's not even that you're not understanding that there are 12 tools. You're not even you're like no, that's not a tool at all.
Okay, like I said, we'll put a mark here. We got to come back to this anyway. So I got a couple of questions in regards to the thought leadership.
All right.
Content.